On this video, I'm going to attempt to try and fit a ModelU Modern Image HST Driver. This is their pack here. Okay, you can see the number, which I've already painted. So he doesn't really have a uniform, but he is wearing a tie, which on a Midland Pullman I suspect. I haven't seen a driver on one, so I'm just guessing. Anyway, it's fitting, that's what's important, not whether he's absolutely correct. It's getting access to the cab. I've already had this body off once as a recce to how to do this video, and it doesn't look like it's easy. Well, getting the bodies off easy, getting at the cab isn't. We'll have a go anyway and learn from my mistakes or otherwise. So that's the driver as you'd buy him, in the grey plastic 3D moulded, what do you call it? No, it's not moulded, is he? He's laid down by 3D printed, that's the word, and here he is actually done, which appears in another one of my videos showing he's sitting upside down at the minute, but he's been painted with a blue tie as his Midland Pullman livery. I'll just guess he'd have a blue tie when you see him out the packet. First of all, we've got to get that body off the Loco. This is obviously the new latest Hornby HST Class 43, which I think is post 2019, I think. Or is that the carriages? No, that's the carriages, post 22, sorry, 2022. So with the aid of a Loco cradle thingy. Yeah. I know that these unusually have gone back to flat slotted screws, not crossheads, but they're just underneath the bogies. They're quite big. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. So it's quite easy. Just twiddle them to one side. This is my biggest jeweler's screwdriver, unless I go into the shed for some slightly larger ones, and twiddle them undone. They're very long. They go right up to the top of the cab, of the body. They're not little short things. And we undo those. Oops. Twiddle them down quite a few times, hopefully. You can never tell when they're out. Just go very loose. Now I have to put my, oh no, I'll move it over here, that's it. I'll put my hand right over the lens. I might make use of one of this end thing, and that way, turn it that way. Get in there. Not personally a fan of slotted screws. Screwdrivers can sometimes slip, but these are quite good quality screws I can see in here. So there they are. I'm trying to remove this there, get out of it. Okay. I think they're now loose. There's only 4 of them. Now it says, I've tried this and it is how you're supposed to do it. You turn the Loco the right way up, and it should just lift off. Now I know this bit here, it's at an angle, it goes in, so into the pointy bit. There's one of the screws, it's fallen out, see it? Very long. So I put that in an appropriate dish so they don't get lost. So I hold it and I'll lift it up at the back. Does it just come off? Have I forgot to do something? It's not coming off. Why is it not coming off? Put it back in the cradle. What's the matter with it? What have I done wrong? Come on. Ah, there you go. And pull it backwards. Ah, then you've got wires. Haha. At least you have with this one. So now, oops, something just fallen off. Yeah, that's not good. Ah, that's probably why it didn't come away. Oh, I've just gone and broken one of these off. Something else to glue back in. Oh dear. That's the trouble with these things, is you don't know when they're actually released. So I've got to glue it back in. I can't see. Got to glue it back into that one, the little receiver pillar post thing. So the next thing to do is obviously to release those wires. Forgot about them. It's a nuisance. Carefully turn it upside down so not to yank on the wires. More screws falling out. 2 are falling out. So I've got to take this off. Now I've got a special, no, my special tool do that. It's meant for the small ones that go to the Loco tenders. Will that work? One of these. Has it got a number on it? I think it might have a number up. It's Hornby. Oh, it just says Hornby. It has got a number, a tool number. I'll try to remember and find it in the description section later. Assuming this video works at all, might not be able to get the cab out. Pull it. Oof. I'm not happy about the use of these things. It might be better than your fingernails. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's that out of the way. Put the body out of the way. There it is. Oh no, we don't put the body out of the way. It's the body we want, isn't it? We don't want this. There's another screw falling out. There should be one more somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Come on, out you get. I know where they are then. They are. So lesson learnt there. Make sure your screws are fully out, but how would you know? Is the question. Now I'll put it back in the Loco cradle. Let's move this new light up I've got. That worked. Look at that. Got a new linear light here. Let's see if I can position it so you can see inside the cab. I mean the body. It's not easy. It's on a gooseneck. So you can actually see inside for a change. Probably might have stopped me getting at it, but get in the middle there somewhere. There's the seats. See them? Two there, one there, and they look like they're glued into this. What is that? Black grey bit here. But the first thing is to get rid of this black bit out the way here, which is screwed in. Not sure why, but that needs a crosshead screwdriver. Oh. I didn't get one of them out, so I'm going to get one of them out quick. My biggest crosshead screwdriver. One of these. And as you can see in there, where's that lamp? Where is it? So what I can see, there you go. Can you see anything in there? It's not easy, it's in its own shadow all the time, isn't it? Anyway, of course that thing's creating a shadow now. Up there. Of course under its own weight it keeps folding down. Have to excuse me a minute while I fiddle with this, trying to get it up there. There you go. You always have to keep adjusting the lighting depending on what angle you are. Right, undo this carefully. I'm going to loosen that one off. I didn't do these up too tight. Not sure what their purpose, obviously the black purpose plastic's for. Use these type of, dropped it anyway. These type of tweezers, they're very good at this. You can see it grabbing hold of screws under the head. So again, put that to one side. And a little tray thingy. One of these things. Type of efforts. I could put it there, couldn't I? Would be easier. Now, I'll try to remove this bit of plastic here, whatever it is. How do we get hold of that? I'll try that. Well, I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is. I suppose it's the back of the cab. There's a lighting on this thing. There you go. Not very detailed there, is there? Pretending to be a door. Not some kind of notice board window, I don't know. There's a few holes in there again, not too sure. It's supposed to take something that looks like it'll actually be painted red, isn't it? That is a fire thingy. You know, squirty thing, CO2, water, whatever they're called. Not hydrant. Now's the tricky bit. Now you can see inside. Hopefully. And you can see the seats. That's a bit There's that bit of white foam of mine that helps put that behind things. It makes things show up better. There you can see the seats with their armrests. See there? Another one. I assume the driver goes in the one in the middle-ish, I guess. I know this one, when it's the right way up. They're offset, if you look. They're not equal about the center line of the Loco. Now, looking at this, that cab is not designed to come out. Well, that bit of it. So, what I intend to do, you can see the seats on a post, just there. I'm going to point to something there. Use that as a pointy stick. There's a blob of glue that's there. So hopefully it's just on the surface and not all the way through. And I'll try and shave that bit of glue off and see if I can pull that seat out downwards. And that's my idea. So, put that back in here. Like that. Can you see? You can see. Now this is pure guesswork whether this will work. At least the wires are. You don't want to slip and cut those wires. I don't know. Now, all the manufacturers know you want to add a screw to these things. Why don't they design them? They screwed this bit in here, whatever this black bit, which doesn't do much really. Pretty waste of time. We're properly screwed in. We're self-tappers, by the way. And then the bit you really want to get at, you can't get at. Why do they do that? I cannot see. I can see that this bit is glued to the windows. At least I think it is. I cannot see. Oh, I've given it a tug before and nothing seems to give. No, that's pretty solid. You know, all the electrics and everything when I'm doing this are moving with it, this connector. So they're all glued or somehow together. So I'm going to try and just get that off of there. That's my idea. Do not cut the wiring, please. Carefully, just shave it off with this chisel-like blade, just to weaken the joint. Get as much glue off as I can. It's not easy on. It might be better on here. So pressing down on something a bit firmer. Otherwise, it's buckling under its own weight. Make sure you can still see. I'm still scared of cutting those wires. Shave it off, get the glue off. It's quite tough glue they use these days, not tougher than it used to be. I reckon it's the UV glue they use today rather than super glue or whatever. It's quick, it's strong, and you don't get any residue fumes, or not that I'm aware of anyway. Just get the bits floating around in the body. Now, oh, still there. That's tough old glue. That's still there. Let's give my blade a sharpen. Make sure it's sharp. Move it out of the way so you know how I sharpen this blade. Just a bit of, I think this is called emery, but I think it might be garnet paper. Put it down at the angle of the blade, or at least approximation of it, and draw it backwards. You don't have to keep changing blades. This blade's, I don't know, from the 1970s and I'm still using it. And a quick deburr that way, put it to one side. Hopefully that's sharper. Let's try a bit more. If not, I'll have to use a file on it. I have a special file for this. Oh, that's better. Come on, that's better. Sight now, you can see that bit move off, didn't you? That better? Yeah. Oh, that's sort of slicing action, sideways, not push. Sliding like that, so it uses the whole width of the blade. See, that better? Oh, that's better. That seems to have removed it this time. Tiny little bit. Now, somehow I've got to get in there and see if I can remove that. Do I have any This could easily break. Let's grab hold of that stem and wiggle it. I'll end up just breaking off, won't it? Oh. Yeah, it's not moving. Oh, it's come off now, right? Ah, that's what I didn't want to happen. Now it's come off. But it's left the other bit in there. Damn. Well, I think I might have to drill that hole out then. I have to go, oh, can he? Because you can't put the... Well, let's see how the driver fits in it, because they always make these chairs too small for the drivers at scale. Let's have a look. It's supposed to be made for this loco, these men. There he is. Let's put on there so it focuses on him better. There. Put him over the white. Get that out of the way a minute. Out of the way. Oops, sorry. Can you see that? Yeah, so you can see the blue tie. Now, will he fit in that chair? I don't think he will. Let's have a look. His backside's marked. Look at the width of the chair to the size of his backside. He's not a fat bloke. Well, he doesn't fit in there, does he? Can he push him in there? This is going to snap the arms off, I suspect. Oh. Well, he actually... Yeah. Well, he does actually, but it's the arms actually spring out and act like a clip and hold him in there. But then again, how the hell do I get him back in there so he's aligned properly when you can't see? He's upside down and back front. I wouldn't trust that in time those things won't just break off. So what I think I'm going to do is a tiniest little bit of UV glue on each side down there. Tiniest little bit. So if I have to, I can snap those arms off and take him off. Let's have a look through the window. You can see through it, can't you? Not sure I haven't scratched anything that was banging about. What's that? It's dust. Bit of dust. That's alright. Windscreen wiper hasn't been broken off. All this is possible, isn't it? What I really want is a dentist mirror to have a look on you. Oh, I've got one, but that's upstairs. To have a look on the other side of there to see what we've got. At least I can see the controls now. Well, the seats aren't in the way. Yeah, we've made the windows and that, the side window moulding and that all appears to be all glued together. I think they're glued together. Oh no, they're not. That does move. I can't see any way of pulling that apart. I suppose it might be more difficult on this model because it's got a light here. Just there, see it? There you can see it shining, which none of the other Class 43s had. It's a blue Pullman, Midland Pullman peculiarity. Definitely can't get this out. I'm so scared of breaking it and wiggling it, and there's nothing. There's no cracking noises now. It doesn't want to move. I'll try to drill that out. I'll pause a minute while I get my drill bits out. So if I can make that hole, I can put that in that little bit lower to it pushes in and leave it maybe a tight fit with a bit of luck. So I'll pause the video while I get my head around this. Well, I've got my micro drills out. So first thing to do is to measure the diameter of that seat post. It's not the best vernier caliper in the world, but it's a good estimation for my modelling. I have the real things elsewhere. proper Mitokyo one, I think. Mititoyo, whatever it's called. So that is 1.35 millimeters. That is. Not that this thing's super accurate. So based on that, I'll pick a 1.4 millimeter drill just to give that a little bit of clearance. Well, I suppose I've got to put a pilot hole down there first, I suppose. Yeah, alright, I'll do a 1 millimeter first. I'll get the thing out. Over there. Put it in the pin thingy. Pin proper. What do I make this is? Eclipse, that's it. Proper eclipse. Let's tighten it up. Right, little man out of the way. Try to drill that. Backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Get it and drill it by hand like this, the easiest way. Just got to do enough just to get that. Oh, it's already broken out, isn't it? Yeah. It's working. Amazing. Look at that. That works. Yeah, swarf is coming up. Oh, no, we're through. Look at that. Doesn't come off. Stick it on the mat by the patio door. Right, that's that one out. Now I put on a 1.4 millimeter. Put that in. So, right, go on, get in there. That's concentric, yeah. Don't really want to change the chuck to a slightly bigger drill if I can help it. Right, now I'll carry on. Drill through with that one. Should go through very easy. Good, there you go, I thought it would. Just cleared it out. Put that over here. Blow out the crap. Residue is a bit there. Now, yeah. Where's the man? There he is, excuse me. I'll use my file. I haven't got that yet. No, come on, this is the right file. Where is it? Let me find the one I want. That'll do. No, that's not it. There it is. That's the one I want. Right. Put the man aside. So, there it is. And we've also got a glue residue here that I've got to remove. So let's get that off of there. Get my glasses adjusted so I can see what I'm doing. So I can do a trial fit without the man in it first. I think it'd be a good idea. Get the bits off. And test him from this side, shall we? Make sure he fits from this side. Not him, the chair. That's too tight a fit, that's not. So I knew that wasn't. So I need to go another drill size up. And try that. It goes up on 0.1 millimeter increments. So take them. If that was a 1 point. What did I put in there? 1.4. Okay. Let's try 1.5 then. Very useful these micro drills. I've had them since the 1980s for doing clearing out things and things like that more than anything. I'm doing modelling at a time. Right, open it up by 0.1 of a millimetre, which is 4/1000 of an inch, 2 thou per side. There we go. Okay, try it again. No, still too tight. It shows that micrometer's not very good. Let's give this another quick go with this. Thin it down a bit. Not the easiest things to hold. Now I know when you're doing round, you're supposed to do it like this. Up, you don't go round like that. You go up. It's not easy on this with all this camera gear and lighting leads all over it and put my way. So I'm going like that. See, like this. This is how you try to keep things relatively round. Things you're taught as an engineer and apprentice how to do all this. It does work. Alright, try it in there again. Well, that's a tight. Yeah, I still think it needs one more go. Well, I suppose I can put the same drill down and wiggle it around a bit. That might work. Let's do this a little bit like this. You see what I'm doing? So I've pulled a little bit more off, you see. And I'll try it. I'll try it from the other side. It's getting a good enough grip on this post to be able to push it in there. Can I get hold of it without breaking something? Whoop, come back. Just getting your... We've got glue. Get out the leads out of the way. See, it's the trouble. Things start tilting. Oh yeah, that goes in. You saw that appear, did you? You've seen the lens. Oh, that's appeared. That immediately falls out again. So it might still need a dab of glue. I have to do it the same way they did. So I think what I'm going to do is get my UV glue out again. A bit of tape. A method you've seen in my previous videos with UV tape. I mean UV tape, UV glue. I haven't got the 3M stuff handy at the minute, but I've got this. You don't want a blob of glue elsewhere. You pick up just the amount you need. Right, so the first thing is put some UV, that's Rocket UV by Deluxe Materials. This stuff, right? So far it's been quite successful. I don't really want super glue inside a close area like that, and I want it to be instant, so I know when I let go of it, it's not going to fall out into the cab and stick to the windscreen or somewhere and ruin that. So what I do, you can see it on there, yeah, you can see it. So put a dab of the glue on here. There's nothing in here that's UV powered, so blob like that, tiny bit. Put the top on straight away. Then you cure it with a UV, a bit like a key fob thing without the... Oh, here's a key fob thing. And that's what they supply in the kit anyway. Let's get that out of the way. So first of all, we glue the man into the seat. So using this denticy tool that I use a lot in my videos. The one that they scrape the plaque off your teeth with before the ultrasonic thingy was invented. So we just click him into place. See, those arms should go right up above his hips and just like that. See? Can you see that over the white? There it is. See? Try and stay still, so I can maybe zoom in on the post-processing, maybe. Or crop in, you don't actually zoom, you just cut the edges of the film off, which makes it zoom in by default, and add a tiny little bit of UV just under the armrest. And if it all goes wrong, I can cut those armrests off, because you won't be able to, when you're looking at him straight on like that through the cab, you can't see him anyway. So I put the tiniest little bit, just enough so he can't ping out, and no more, like that. Boop. There, a little blob there. Like that. Right, UV, keep it away from the main thing. That's over here. If I pick the right seat, the driver's the one nearest the middle, well, that's the one you're getting anyway. Too late now. I'm sure a rivet counter will tell me I'm wrong. There. That's done, I think. Let's try the other end. Let's give it a poke. See that that's, yeah, I can feel it. That's gone hard. It's the stuff you do your teeth with. Now, got to somehow grab this and put it in the hole. Make sure it's oriented right. So you've got to do that first of all. This could be a bit awkward. Aha. No, it's fallen out. I need some stronger tweezers to get a grip. Wait a minute. I know. Where's my fancy? Where are they gone when you need them? I'll have to use these. That's why you don't put the glue on here first. I'm going to put the glue like Hornby did on the outside. So I get something a bit stronger that I can push it in that. But you really want longer. I've got some longer ones. Make sure it's nice and square in line. Get the driver in line with the pliers, so that you know when the pliers are aligned with the lengthwise of the body that he's square to the screen. Windscreen, that is. Not the phone screen. You've got to be able to see it. Good luck, there he is. Right. There it is. See him? See it, shall I say? Right. Get the glue. There's a little dot. Got it on the end of here. See, got it off of there, down there. And that. Put a dob. Keep your pliers square to the bodywork. A little dob. Tiny little dob. Don't need much. Wobbling about a bit here. Like that. No more. Now, where's the thingy? There it is. Don't get a second chance of this. So we better be right. 3 seconds or more. 1 to 3 seconds I say, but for luck a bit more. There, I'll let go and that should be done. He says, hopefully. Right, get this a minute. There. Oh, give it a tap. It looks wet, so I can rotate it. You'll see it shining in the light, hopefully. And is that solid? Yeah. That's solid. Solid enough, anyway. Let's wipe the end off now, quick. Don't want any of that glue getting anywhere else. I know what we can do. Well, we've got this glue. Yes. Let's glue that brass bit back in, shall we? I can find it. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Let's get that out of the way a minute. A bit higher up here. I didn't see it. There we go. Right. Just about see. Get the brass bit in there. There it is. Right. Might as well use this glue as any other glue. Let's have a look at this. Don't want to drop it on the tweezers. Yeah, that's probably the best way around. So, push it in there. Hopefully. Actually, I know how to do this. not using that, use one of the screws. Use that as a depositor. Get it on the end, a couple of turns only, like that. Right. Now, will this glue work? Put a little bit round the outside, don't get it on the thread for God's sake. We'll be in trouble if we do. Like that. The liquidy bit, make sure the thread's not right down the bottom, just in case some of it leaks underneath. You don't want it going up the thread. Let's just wipe that off on the tissue paper. Right. So this is an additional trick we're adding to this video that was never intended. Now, is that going to go in there? Gonna have to grab the roof and push, I think. Go on. Wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it with my thumb. How far in does it go? Does it stick out a little bit? Oh no, because when you do it a bit more, careful what I'm pressing on. Yeah, I'm pressing on that. Okay. I don't want to flatten anything like that. I don't want anything split. There we go. That's gone in. Gentle, steady pressure with a slight wiggle. Make sure it's square. Looking up there, it's squarish to the bodywork. That goes in all right. Yeah. Okay. There's the screw driver. Where's it gone? Can't take it out. Like that. Put it back in there. There's the UV doodah. There it is. Alright, and then give it up. Hopefully some of it's around the top. It's squeezed out around the top. Give it a good. And some of it might go down the hole now. At the bottom of the hole might set there as well. It's very strong stuff. It ain't coming out again now. Let's hope we got that right. Give it a good old bash like this. Make sure it's long enough. Do that again in case as well. There we go. Right, put that one to one side over there. Let's have a look at this through the. There he is. See it in there? Just make sure the screw can go all the way in and out again without getting stuck. Get started by hand. Where's the screwdriver gone? Keeps disappearing. Too many tools beside me. A twist. Right. Focus, was that all blurred? I must be focusing on my hand, isn't it? Blooming thing. So you can't tell it where to focus. Yeah, that's alright, that's going in. Yeah. I'll keep doing it till it falls out. It's easiest, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's have a look at the driver then. Now, so hopefully that's alright. Now, let's get him right. There he is. It's not bad. Oh, you can't see him there, can you? Banging into things all over the place. There is he. Can you see him? I can adjust this lamp so you can see something. I need to put my hand underneath the light. What I can see and what you can see are not the same thing. I've got to look at it through the screen, haven't I? There he is. He's got a slight lean on him, I'm not sure. Might have. Well, he's leaning on that side bench, but he isn't there. Oh, he's got his elbow out, hasn't he? It's not so bad. Oh, we can't get this square to the screen. Because the length of the bodywork brings it right up close to the lens. There he is. Put it down. Oh, put it back together again. Okay, so put that in. The first thing to do is to connect, no, the first thing to do is to put this thing back. This isn't easy, I can tell you. So, the screw holes are this end, which is this end. And you look at it like that and you say there's no way that's going to go back, it's too big. What you've got to do is put it in like this first. And then rotate it. Like that. That's it. See how that worked? I'll try and do that again, so you see again. So you lift it up, grab hold of the end, and pull it out like this. Like that, and grab it with your fingers, and it should twist this way like that, and it should come out. Because you can see, looking down like that, those lugs sticking out the top, there and there, are wider than the body. So you put it in it, twist it, put it in, rotate it around, push it down to let it go to the bottom, like that, and just push it down. You can see the hole there and the blue lug there, just, I think. There you go, bang, and you're in. Now, the next tricky bit is getting it to screw those two screws in, which are not, which are again use these type of tweezers. I pick up the screws if I can in the little tray. So like that. Oh, there, can you see? And drop it in the hole, and hopefully it won't. Let go carefully and do it up, and just do it up until it stops, and no more. You're screwing on plastic down onto plastic. There you go, no more on that, and the same on the other one. Okay, got it like that, put it in the hole. Go and twiddle it up. Now this will just keep going round and round and round, or what? Not happy about that one. That doesn't seem to grip at all. No, that's just falling out. Hornby done this. Whoever assembled it in the... Oh, is that one in? Oh, maybe that one's not in. Is it? Yes, it's sticking up in the air this side. Why is it doing that? Hang on. Let's loosen this side off. Is it actually in there properly? Loosen this side off a minute. That's something not right there. It sounded alright when it went in. Come on, get out. And that one. I can see there's a shadow. Oh, it's down there now. Maybe you put them both in at the same time then, and you do them up in sequence, bit of one bit and then bit of the other, not fully down one side, because they're just too short. I don't know why they do these screws so short like this. When you're screwing into plastic, you need twice that length to guarantee. Because remember, part of that length of screw is going through the bit you're clamping down. So you only end up with about 2 turns going into the plastic, the other side. Even with these special tweezers, they're awkward, this is. That's why you want a magnetic one, really. I'll put that one in. I don't have a supply of better ones that are a bit longer. That's what you need. I don't know why they don't think this one is through when they design these things. They don't test them out. Because even the people who assemble them do them wrong. Oh yeah, I can feel it biting this time. Yeah, literally, I'm not tightening them up at all, just as long as I know those threads are in. There we go, feeling that it. I need to get rid of this glue here, don't I? If I lean in it, let's get rid of that. Get a bit of tape out of the way. But that's the way to do it, with a bit of tape. Then you can just remove the glue. Go on. It doesn't contaminate any of your containers. Right. Now we've got to put the this wiring back on. So put it like that. Now, obviously it's going to be this way around. So the wiring, you don't want to, well, presume that, which way around does that actually fit? Yeah, good point. Don't know which way it was, the right way up. Is it that way up? Did it go that way? I know it's a, no, I don't think so. There's a polarised way around. It's got a groove on the side there, on the side that goes in groove in here. Yeah, well, something tells me it's probably this way up. So you can test it and things. Put the body down. I'm using my fingernails. I'm not pushing on the little white bits on the sides only, like that, with my fingernails pressing on those bits and the softer fingers pressing on the wires. Good grip of the body here. Now, have I got this right? I'm not sure. There we go, click. Yeah, that went in. Now, excuse me, move this out here a second. Now we've got to put the body back on. Oh, there's the fans there. I think they're electrically driven, these, and you can't see the fans. Sorry about it. I'm not sure. Yes, I think there's a motor that powers these fans. I've got a 9-volt battery. It's not on a DCC, this thing I've got here. What happens? Did it go round? Oh, yeah, I did. I saw something move. Oh yeah, look. I can't do this very well because I can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, that's powered fans alright. Yeah. Yeah, there's extra bonus material there. I could charge a subscription fee. Now, I've got to get these wires so they don't get trapped now. So I'm going to push them backwards in a loop like that, if I can. Otherwise you'll see them, you don't want them going up there, so these show in the driver's window. Probably what these are for, is to get it out the way of the driver. You can't see it, but I'm not convinced that they're flopping about all over the place, these wires. So, see how that went on like that? And then that bit, see that angled bit there? Let's get the white bit of foam again. Yeah, that angle bit there pushes up. It doesn't just push down. You have to hold it like this, I think, and watch. See if it does it. It should just go up there like that. Oh, there you go. Yes, there's a potential. I'll show you the potential for it to catch just there. I noticed. Get it started. Now make sure it goes over that bit like that, right? Before you start doing anything. I can see there's wires there trying to get caught under here. Look there, get out of the way. Oh, get out of it. Well, that should just slide it any resistance, and then it should. See, it just goes down. Well, click. Okay. It actually does what it says on the instructions. If you do exactly what it says on the instructions and not try to be clever and pull it straight up. Right, now hopefully I can put all my screws back. And that. Drop them back, move it. This bit's quite easy. Like that. Like that, and do them up with my special nice screwdriver. I think I did find out what the make of these is now. Hobbycraft, I think. Very expensive. Superb. You can, oh, there you go. You can actually change the bits. These are genuinely hardened, hence the blue colour. These are the real deal. But they only come in flat. That's a bit silly. They should have done the cross point ones as well. Crosshead. And nip it up, no more. Like that. So you feel it stop and stop. That's it. Waiting for the feel. Now look, it's resistance. So that's it. That's all I do to tighten it up, okay? Watch the hexagon on the top. And that one I just did there was the one we just glued back in again. So there you are, that's stopped. So tighten it by going that's all, no more. Okay, I think we're done. Now, can you see, let's put that, you can see him through the side window. Yeah, there he is, I can see him. Wiggle it sideways. Damn it, there's wires showing. Bugger. I can't see any way to stop that happening. You've got no control. You see the wires in the side window? But I suppose on the track, like that, it's about the angle most people will see your train at that angle, like that. They're not going to see it. Is there any lights inside here? Well, I know this does have cab lighting and that. And if it proves a problem in the future, I'll have to deal with it. I'll get fiddling around on film. It's one of those things you probably got. Well, they probably need some tape to tie it all together, or a little bit of string, thread. Let's see. Any cab lights come on in there? No, not really. There probably is somewhere. What about that one there? Oh, we've got it going in reverse, that won't help. So you should see that light come on. Yeah, there you go. See it? It come on. Useful things, 9-volt rat is a good trick for testing things out. Don't even need a rolling road. Anyway, there he is. What can we see? There he is. Get this out of the way. See him? He's in there. There you can see him now. All the lighting you got, you've never got one in the right direction, or it does that and gleams off the glazing. Anyway, there he is. So I'm going to see. I'm going to do we have to do a separate photo of this with the thing, with the lighting separately for the start of the film. When you see it, when you choose to view it, and say, oh, he's taking too long as usual, faffing around. But then again, as you can see, you need to know about all this faffing around, don't you? You make a conscious decision. Oh God, that's difficult. That's not much bother. Now, I've decided to actually take those that black moulding out that was under the roof of the Loco bodies, because it was just black plastic, and when you look through the cab, all you see is now is the new driver with a black background. And if you look inside, with the very few pictures or videos available on the internet of the behind the driver's seat of the cab of a Class 43, because everybody else seems to want to look at the dashboard and through the windscreen, no one wants to see what's actually behind him. There's very little to look at. It is just a plain light grey to white. I'm not sure if it's just dirty white or it looks greyish to me. Panel with what looks like a door in it and a recess and a few notices. Now Hornby haven't modelled the notices, but they have done the door. Where's that pointy thingy? They have done this. I think it's a door, and it looks like a door. Yeah, it's got a door handle, and that is a recess. That is not a window looking back down and at the engine. It's not. It is just that. So, and also you get the door handle, which I've already painted silver because it's an aluminium looking thing, and a fire hydrant. Not hydrant, fire extinguisher. I'm talking about hydrant. The grey I've used here, which is 2 coats, it still doesn't cover totally, but you're not going to see much through the little windscreen, are you? And that is Humber satin, but that's the only thing. It doesn't matter if it's satin, matte or gloss, I suppose. That is number 196, which is just called light grey, which seems to be about right. The fire extinguisher is just any old red and any old black for the hose going around there. I use a Revel paints, but I don't recommend them anymore. That's why I probably don't ever buy them, because they just don't flow. They dry too quick. It's really hard to get in those little nooks and crannies. It just won't come off the brush. So anyway, I've used it anyway because it looked about nice and bright red, but I still recommend Humber paints. They flow better. Get off the brush onto the thing you're trying to paint. Anyway, what else you can see here is a really rough area around here, and obviously the other one. And I think that is to do with, on the Midland Pullman, if I can get it in there, it's the only, I think, the only Class 43 that has this little light here in the roof, like a cyclops eye. And it's the moulding that sticks up around here, glued to the cab roof. And maybe Hornby designed it, but that was all one piece at one time, or maybe it is for all the other Class 43s. But on this one, they cut it off, probably because the wiring that goes in it is too complicated for this moulding and the bit that protects the or holds the light unit in there to be done in one go. So they cut that off and glue that bit onto the roof separately from this bit. That could explain why this bit has got 2 screw holes at the back to hold it on the roof. Because you look at that, that's been cut by hand. That's not a moulded bit, that's been hacked off with a modelling knife on the production line, very crudely. Each one is different. It's not a moulding line. It's basically just hack through it the best you can line. So that would explain this funny hole in the unit. Anyway, this is about painting these so that you can see a bit of detail in the background. There's no point in Hornby modelling a fire extinguisher if you can't see it or the door handle. What I want to do now is to emphasise that what little detail there is by putting a black wash around the edges of the panel lines. I don't often do this, so I'm not an expert at it, but I'm just going to use a black wash, which is going to make it myself, with a daub of Humber Matte 33, or it could be gloss, it doesn't matter, but I'll stick with Humber because I know I'm used to them, and it's enamel so it flows better, doesn't dry too quickly. And I'm going to try it with this rather long, it's a Daylon type brush, but it's a bit like a sign writer's brush, very long, so it holds the paint like a reservoir, but it's still thin. So you just touch. I think the idea is you just touch it, the very watery paint, and it should, there's no guarantees it's going to work, and run round the crease, the recess edge, but it will not flow all over the place. But whatever will be, we don't know. Most of the things I do, I record them first time over, one take. We'll see what happens. So I've already stirred the paint to save a bit of video time. So undo that. Get it out of the way over there. And get this little spoony thing. You can use whatever you like. You could just dip a cocktail stick in there if you want to. I'll just use that as a... So one of those in there. Well, those other nuts and bolts there. Oh, sorry, screws are what hold the bodies of the two ends of the loco together, or the train, shall I say. There's two loco, isn't there? Alright, undo that. Wipe the brush, spoon. Get it off. Right, now I need to add some thinners. I'll literally just pour some white spirit into a bit of this and splosh it in. Get it out of the way. It's going to be extremely weak. Just dip that in like that. It's not, I don't know how much that is, doesn't matter. Of course it always spills out, doesn't it? And it runs all over the place. I'll soak that up. Like that. There you go. Yeah. I suppose I can use that spoony thing again to give it a stir. It should be, as long as it's black enough to leave a mark behind. Yeah, like that. Make sure it's thoroughly stirred. I have a habit of not mixing immediately. And the spirit sits on top of the paint. Okay. So, see what happens then. I'll get the brush. Should I? I'm going to stick it in a bit of spirit first, just to wet the brush, because it hasn't been used in a long while, so it could be better. Soften it up. Make sure the bristles are separated from each other, not stuck together from the last time it was used. Right, wipe it off on the tissue. Right, now what's going to happen? Make sure the end is nice and pointed. Twiddle it. So use a bit of paint to do that. That should soak right up to the top of the brush. Like that. Now you see it's gone black. So, as this one's nearest, I shall touch this easier one on this side first. I'll rest my arm on the thing, so I'm not shaking like this. Not that I tend to do that, but some people do. Lots of people do. So I'll rest my wrist on here. Let's see, touch that corner and see what happens. Oh yeah, alright, it's going round. It's going to be very faint, but never mind. Like that. Only little bit of wash that goes over it. Well, when you look at the cabs in real life, you'll see they're actually quite dirty anyway. So never mind. I'll get some more on there. Do the door now. So if I shall put it on this corner. There isn't much to do really, is there? Leave it and let it wander around. Go on. So that's what that's it. That's what I want to do. Goes around like that. Put it over the door handle because that makes that stand out. Can always soak some of this up afterwards. Put it on. You do want it to run. You don't want it to be like normal paint that won't. Just keep touching it, get it down there, so, like that. Now, what I have got also is a little flat brush, like that. It's an old one. I'll just put in some thinners, soak the worst off, so you may in fact you're dry brushing. Now I'm going to pin this down. I've got this light in the way, and just on the edge just take it off, make sure it doesn't go every, like that, round the edge. Take it out of there, just get the worst off. Take it off most of the door as well if you want. Just to leave it in the crease, that's all you want it. It's not dry brushing, it's the opposite, it's taking it off. Something like that. Now I've got to put that inner crease, haven't I suppose. So there's a little bit of texture to it. Touch that again. Go on, off you go. Go around there. Hopefully it'll go. Slowly it'll do its thing. Of course it works better on wagon panels or planking, things like that, where it's a groove rather than a recess. Go on, down you go. Like that. Right, and while that one's spreading around, we can do this one as well. And I'll take some of the excess off there. Whether you regard this as a successful method, I'm not so sure. So, do that again. I'm sure recess works like that one. I'll go around and show one, I'm sure the corner perfectly works. So what we're going to do, let's go down. You do or not? I'm sure. Just going to do it. Okay. Well, we're going to 6 5 6 right here. What's there, please? Do you want it? Alright. Put that over there out of the way and bring this one back. Did put some around that down there, didn't I? So it dissipates very quickly. It keeps spreading. Put that there a minute. Where's that little brush again? How does that look? I can't really see. I always find the camera actually films better than what I think it does. But what you will hear is I can't hear it. but somehow the microphone picks up its own internal noises. How something that's solid state and electronic has internal noises, I don't know, but it does. Because I can't hear them. Anyway, how's that? That gives a bit of texture, doesn't it? You can see it at different angles now. You're aware that there's something there. That's a general idea. It's not meant to be too obvious. But like false shadows, as they call it. I think you could do it a bit more just on that bit there. Just a minute. Just this bit here. This bit. Let that go up there. Trying to keep this as level as possible so that it doesn't run up downhill. Too much bias on whatever direction a slight slope is. Hence putting it in this thing so I can it holds itself level. That's what's doing on the back of the main panel in now, doesn't it? Then I can take it off. Go on, get on there. Yeah, a lot of it just disappeared from in here. What's it doing? It's supposed to be on the inside. So, like that. Maybe let's completely dry this brush out. Right, hold it still and take that bit off. Don't know. I've done it anyway. Let's do this one. Yeah, it definitely works better on coaches and wagons than it does this sort of thing. But you could give the whole panel a wash on if you wanted to. But I don't think you're going to see anything through the window, the subtle detail, just enough to recognise there is a rectangle there, which is all I'm really after. You know, at different angles, you're now aware, look at even down there, you're aware there's something there, which you wouldn't have done if it was just plain light grey, because that recess is not even 1/4 millimetre deep. Really subtle, too subtle in my opinion. Sometimes where scale models fail, the detail just vanishes. Yeah. I think that's alright. What's this one doing? This one alright, actually looks like some of the silver's spread. I don't know how that can be. It was painted a few days ago. Or am I imagining that? Something. What's going on there? Let's do it this way. That's a bit weird. Whatever, I think that'll have to do. The video takes too long otherwise. It's not quite what I was after, but you're aware that it's emphasised it somehow. Not with nice sharp dark lines going around the edge as I'd hoped. So if it had been a groove rather than a recess, then it would have worked. But the very thin white spirit, you touch it and it doesn't just go around the edge, it then spreads out over the surface as well. And then of course it takes the pigment with it. Where if you had a groove, the groove acts like a trough or a gutter and it stays there. Anyway, that'll do then. I'll I'll screw them back and probably show a picture of them in through the window. Oh, one thing that did happen, not happen, what I found. Is it this one? Yeah. So this is the non-motorised one. Is it that one? Yeah, this one. So the quality control issue. What can we see? We get down there and here. This wire here was broken. It's not connected to that terminal block, and I can see the blob of solder it was connected to. It's another little job I've got to do with this very tiny. Lucky I've got a decent soldering iron. You can see whoever did the soldering iron. There's a big area there, so maybe you can see it. A bit more in the middle of the camera. Area there where the bloke who soldered it laid the soldering iron on the plastic, and a great big burn mark right across there. He's having a bad day. Must have gone down the pub before lunch. I mean during lunchtime, and come back and couldn't hold his soldering iron still enough, and missed the wire and burnt the plastic instead. Anyway, another little job for me to do, and hope I don't make it worse. I'm now in the process of putting these cab back panels into the Loco bodies, and this, because I've got the Midland Pullman with the light in the top of the cab, the lighting wires are proving a problem. I haven't screwed it in yet. As you can see, there's no screw in there yet. But the wire from the top, remember I said it was broken off, that black bit there was once attached to this bit here, and I had to cut it off to allow that hole at the back there. You can see it, hopefully. Well, that's where the wires should come through, but you can't do that. You can't have wires from the bottom of the Loco, which is obviously upside down, so it looks like the top, but that's the bottom. And what's the bottom is actually the top. So these wires, in a minute, I bought through those sort of strange holes there. I'm hand holding the phone in a minute. But the ones from the roof, because they go to a common connector, you can't guide them through that hole. So I've got them going through the gap this side. See that? There. But you can still see them against the black background. But I can see, I don't know if you can, but right at the bottom, I'm trying to work out where this is, right in that corner, it doesn't fit the body too well. There's a gap there, and I think I can get the wires to go through there. So I'll pause the video and see if I can achieve that. I can't do it while holding this at the same time. Well, I seem to be room to do that. You can see going underneath there, and coming up there at the back. Put the two screws in. They seem to go in all right. I had to put a bit of tape around this main bunch here. Not very well done, but it kept them under some sort of control while I was actually manoeuvring them. I was all over the place like an octopus otherwise. So should be now when you look through the cab window and look down the back there, get out my own light, you should be able to see just what you should see, which is just a plain background with not two hose pipes going across it. So I'll put it back together now and we see, look through the cab window. Right, well, fiddling about trying to get the wiring back in again, I remembered as I was pulling the body on to the chassis from one of the previous videos on how to put the magnetic couplings in, that the back, I forget what the technical term is, but the back of the Loco coupling, the magnetic, where is it? There it is. One of them was wonky, and there's the bit, the culprit, and you can see, I don't know if they've mended it in situ or what, but as you can see, that's that. The NEM pocket, that square bit at the bottom, is not central to the coat hanger shape. Somehow I've got to straighten that up, and it looks like they fiddled with it again on assembly. There are signs of super glue with its white residue. So now I've got to somehow, I don't know if I've got to break it and re-glue it or what I've got to do, but it won't be part of this video, but I thought I'd point it out for anyone who wondered about when I mentioned it in the previous video. So before I put the body back on, I've got to sort this out now. Okay, so I'll come back to that. Right, what I did was, I gave the stem between the coat hanger and the NEM pocket, with a bit going down, as you can see. I gave it a coat of the old, what's it called? The plastic liquid stuff, mech, that's it, type solvent, which weakens it a bit, softens it, and then gave it a twist, and then letting it harden up again, and that looks a bit more square, I think. So that hopefully will sort that out. It's a very tight fit trying to get back in the body though. That NEM pocket only just fits in that. Oh, this. Oh, where's the camera? Here. That hole there only just fits through that sort of triangle-y square bit. Anyway, there we are. Hopefully that'll be all right. And there we go. That coupling is okay, and it's doing it free to move. See, pings back. It's right faff. Everything seems to be a faff. So now I'll look at the cab. Well, I've put the body back, and as you can see, they are looking through the door window of the cab. There are no wires showing now. But that's not a natural thing. You still have to get hold of the wires and push them back as you put the body back. There it fits down this bit, or it slides up into that bit. And check that the bogies all rotate correctly. There's nothing catching. I'm recommending you get a 9-volt battery and check that everything works. The lights you're expecting to come on do come on. Alright, let's have a look around at this cab. So it's handheld now, so its quality of video is a little bit ropey, I'm afraid, because I'm holding it. What can you see? I have to get it down here. Oh, I've got the light here, light there. There you go. Whoop, the light keeps appearing. I have to duck under this little light. Yeah, you can see through there now. And as I thought, can you see the? You see the? Nah, all that bother doing the fire extinguisher. It's behind his body. You can't see it. Oh well. Never mind. Anyway, that's a bit more realistic than it was before. But of course, there's a big gap, big black area underneath where it goes over the motory bit that drives the bogie or something. It's not totally realistic, but there you go. I don't know. And the seat, the other man's seat, the second man's seat, I think should be a bluey mauve colour. But of course, you can't get at it, can you, without breaking it out? So that's not quite right. That could be done as well if you're really that bothered. It's more to get a man in there, isn't it? When I do this video. So there you go. I'll stop it there. I think I successfully soldered that miscreant wire that had dropped off. It's the you can see the pads on a row there, left to right. It's the third pad from the right, the one I did. Someone will say I'm using totally the wrong sort of flux for this sort of job. I forgot myself. I have got the proper sort of flux for that, but I forgot. Anyway, job's done. Anyway, here's this rather nice, unusual Japanese soldering iron. What's it called? A Heiko or something? Yeah, with that's my smallest bit. Very fine. I'll zoom telephoto lens on at a minute to say zooming in later. Anyway, that's it from microelectronics. And there's the actual temperature controlled unit. It's turned off at the minute, so it looks like 888 degrees. It's not. But there's the actual insides of the non-power car. Quite a lot of electronics going on in there. And it also still has the self-powered fans on the top. So, still quite a lot in there. Still prefer it to be a proper motor like the Bachmann Blue Pullman though. But, hope this is alright then. I'll put the cab back together now, but not part of this video. I'll just do it